So Tesla uses their own semi-truck to deliver their vehicles to people. I mean, what kind of world is this? So normally for many years, people have been using diesel semi-trucks to get products from point A to point B, whether it's cars, food, or whoever knows, whatever is in between. But this is basically the way it's been for many years. Diesel trucks have been known to be the very powerful backbone, strong source of America's getting their foods, their products all over across the country, and even in other countries as well. Diesel trucks are the known thing, specifically semis, are the known thing to get massive amounts of products around the globe delivered because people are not going to use regular sized cars or vans. This is what they're made for. But until now, Tesla has changed the game. Tesla created a semi-truck specifically for massive companies that own fleets of semi-trucks. This is a changing point, people, because typically running a diesel semi-truck could cost up to $200,000 a year, especially with fuel, maintenance, and all that stuff in between. But with the Tesla semi-truck, the amount of money that you use to run and operate it is reduced drastically. So yeah, this semi-truck is going to change the way that we get our products delivered from across the nation. And it is going to be something spectacular because, for one, the amount of energy that it uses is going to be a lot less than running a diesel truck. I mean, a lot less. Operating a Tesla semi-truck for 1 year could actually pay the truck off in 1 year because it's so little maintenance and there's no fuel involved. Just by running and operating the truck for 1 year in, actually being in use, doing its job, running the routes, could possibly pay the truck off in just 1 year. And that is huge. I mean, literally, that's unheard of, to get a semi-truck and pay it off in 1 year just from actually using it to do its job. I mean, regardless, it's just way cheaper to run and operate an electric powered semi-truck than it is a diesel powered truck. And the reason why I know this is because Tesla, they actually have their own fleet of conventional semi-trucks that they've been using to run back and forth from Fremont factory to Nevada. And now they have their semi-trucks, which are doing the same routes as their conventional diesel trucks. And they have the data. And it goes to clearly show that these semi-trucks are way cheaper to own and operate because Tesla now has the actual data. They have semi-trucks still running back and forth between their two factories in Fremont and Nevada, but they also have their semi-trucks. And because of this, they actually have data. They realize, wow, yeah, it's totally obvious. The cost savings to run our semi-trucks compared to the conventional diesel trucks is like night and day. And what's even more amazing is that Tesla has their own charging stations, and pretty much their charging stations pull power from the grid when it's the cheapest, like in the middle of the night. And then basically when a truck pulls up to charge, they can charge their truck at the cheapest price for electricity because remember, they're pulling from the grid when it is the cheapest. And this way they can just charge their truck up for way more cheaper than they would if they had a diesel. Because if you have a diesel truck, you can't just pull up and get the cheapest price because of the hour or blah, blah, blah. You just have to actually know a place that has low prices. But with the Tesla semi-truck, they're making their own prices. I mean, think about it. Once the energy system, once energy in the grid is really, really low, maybe at 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning when no one's really on, that's when the power charger is pulling from the grid at the cheapest time it is. And then you just plug that into your truck and you're getting to fill up at a much cheaper price. And this is the key point of the Tesla semi-truck is that you can charge it for much cheaper than diesel, especially if you're pulling from the grid at the cheapest hours and filling your truck up for the lowest price possible. Just using the Tesla Semi is better for the environment on top of just Tesla cars are better for the environment because remember, they're not releasing any CO2 emissions or gasoline when they're driving around. And I know there's going to be you haters in there who are saying EVs are bad for the environment no matter what because the mining and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Just specifically for you people, I left a video down in the description that explains exactly what you're saying. So watch it yourself and you come to your own conclusion if you're going to keep saying that EVs are bad for the environment, right? Because down the line, they're not like gasoline cars. Not only that, speaking of the environment, San Francisco, their air quality has gotten much better in the past year. Well, actually 2 years. They put the data out themselves showing that the air quality has changed drastically, specifically because San Francisco is the most populated area with electric vehicles in America right now. They are the most EV dense city. Air quality has changed because there's less gasoline being pumped out of mufflers into the air and the CO2 emissions. I mean, this is just what would happen, ladies and gentlemen. If you start reducing the amount of gasoline being pumped into the air, obviously it's going to change over time. And that is happening right now. San Francisco has a proof for this. So this is actually a great thing for air quality. Because a lot of people don't know that if you live next to a highway, you have very bad air quality. And people actually have been proven to get sick from living too close to areas that are condensed with automobiles, whether it's a busy street or a highway. People who live further away from the streets or ducked off into quiet little neighborhoods have a different air quality than somebody 7 miles away. 100%. You can look it up on your phone right now. Google even has that the section where you can look up just how pure your air is in your neighborhood. Also, some interesting news. Tesla's sales in China are up over 107% compared to last month. So sales right now for the Tesla are booming in China, not just there, other places as well and around the world, because still the number one sold car is a Tesla Model Y. Why, you say? Because it's great. No. And not only that, in China, EVs, not just Tesla, but electric vehicles make up 41.6% of the entire market. This is a huge deal, people. I mean, literally, half the cars that were sold in China, 41.6% were electric vehicles. And the CEO of car company BYD in China, he says himself that by the end of the year, 50% of new cars sold in China will be EVs. They are at the tipping point. And not only that, other countries around the world and states of America are all past 5%. 5% will be considered the tipping point of moving towards a different direction. And right now, there are multiple places that are over 5% in EV sales. So globally, it's about 30%, I believe. And not too long from now, globally, it's going to be 50%. 60%, 70%. Most of you will be like, bloated, that'll never happen. We all EVs taking over all. Come on. But you know what? The trend is a trend, right? The most sold cars on planet Earth by 2030 will be electric vehicles, people. Trust me. And with that being said, I'm putting insurance in myself. And my insurance is to make sure that I get Tesla stock. This isn't financial advice, but this is just insurance for my future. I'm going to be purchasing more Tesla stock because I know down the line, it is going to be something that I do not regret doing. Well, that's enough for the day. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow. I post videos daily about what's going on with Tesla, big tech, all sorts of interesting things. All right. So tune in again. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. See you tomorrow.